everybody, it's me, Steve SCHNEE, the CD Junkie, and I want to be the first, or maybe the 7th, or the 37th, to wish you a very happy holiday season. I am here to talk about Christmas music. More specifically, I'm here to talk about Christmas music on the Real Gone Music label. This is the absolute best Christmas reissue label ever. And I'm going to go through a stack of great stuff that I have. Most of this I had at some point in my life on vinyl growing up and, in my, early adult years and stuff. Some of this I didn't. But then at the end, I'm going to show you my absolute favorites. But before I even start going through there, let's talk about their new releases. Brand spanking new. Boston Pops and Arthur Fiedler with a 2 CD set, jam-packed. This has mono and stereo recordings. It has instrumentals. It has choral. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. A lot of the stuff I'm going to show you is sort of that easy listening instrumental type stuff, but it's so beautiful and remarkable because every conductor or band leader or musician had their own approach to Christmas music, and it really comes out. Of course, we all know and love the Boston Pops with Arthur Fiedler. We grew up hearing him, seeing him on like PBS or whatever those stations were, and this is just a truly incredible 2-disc set that you need to get, and you need to get it now. Next up, the Great Songs of Christmas. This is a companion CD to another release they called The Great Songs of Christmas. And what these consist of is back from like 1961 to 1970, Goodyear would release a Christmas album every year. And these things would sell 900,000 copies, 1 million copies every holiday season, usually selling out. They were probably selling for 98 cents or $1.98, depending on what year it was. But they were filled with Christmas songs by artists that, already had Christmas albums out. Sometimes there were songs that were on these compilations that were not available anywhere else. Sometimes there were edited versions. But this one here from a year or two ago, this features more of the pop and easy listening instrumental type things. And the instrumental stuff, had classical leanings and stuff. But this one here, the brand new one, focuses more on real classical music. So it's got things like Eugene Ormandy, Leonard Bernstein, Mormon Tabernacle Choir, things like that. And this is available now, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So the Great Songs of Christmas and the Boston Pops and Arthur Fiedler are new for 2023. Absolutely essential to your Christmas collection if you love Christmas music as much as I do. Now let's get into the other stuff here, and I'll briefly show it to you before I get into the stuff that I truly grew up with and listen to every year, even in the summer months. I love it so much. See, because Christmas has so many memories for me. Christmas is where a lot of my favorite memories, my favorite people live. I wrap Christmas around all these wonderful memories of my mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, aunts and cousins who are no longer with us, friends, and just all the great, wonderful people I've known through the years. They're all wrapped up in Christmas. If you want sort of a disco-y, funky, soulful side of Christmas, then get this, the Soulful Strings Christmas album. It's really absolutely wonderful, and it's different than your normal instrumental pop Christmas album. The Philadelphia Orchestra and Eugene Ormandy. This is the complete Columbia Christmas albums. Contains 2 albums, jam-packed, full of great, wonderful Christmas love. Speaking of Christmas love, Bobby Vinton, A Very Merry Christmas. He's a great vocalist. He's not my favorite crooner, but everybody loves Bobby Vinton, right? And then we've got the Living Voices. I think that Anita Kerr had something to do with the Living Voices. I'm not sure if she had anything to do with these, but there's 2 albums on one disc, and it is absolutely splendid and beautiful and fills you with warmth every time you listen to it. It's really, really wonderful. Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. This is another great release, and it has all that wonderful material. You need to pick that up. Come on. A lot of people say like, oh, that's Christmas music my parents listen to. Sure, of course. It's the best Christmas music. And now here is a lounge exotica group by the name of the Three Sons. This is called A Ding Dong Dandy Christmas. Say that again. A Ding Dong Dandy Christmas. And it is quite wonderful, and it's fun, and it's odd and unique because it is sort of that lounge exotica. And so they were approaching Christmas music in a very wholesome but unique way. It's fantastic. This came out a few years ago. It's wonderful. Felix Slatkin. Oh my gosh, just to hear this in the headphones and all this wonderful, this big, joyful Christmas sound going on. It's really incredible. It's a wonderful, surprising thing. I never had this on vinyl back in the day, so the first time I heard it was the Real Gun Music CD, and it blew my mind. Now, if you love blues music, this is like one of the first, it could have been like the first blues compilation or the first blues Christmas compilation, whatever you want to categorize it under. It's just great blues Christmas music, and you're going to get Merry Christmas Baby on there, and it's really a fantastic release. Now, Real Gone Music never put out any Christmas album by George Clooney, but they sure did Rosemary Clooney. Now, the thing about some of these Christmas releases is some of them are out of print. So go to their website, realgonemusic.com, try to pick up what you can, and then you're going to have to search elsewhere. Then maybe, hopefully in the future, something might be reissued. I'm not 100% sure. Now, this is another wonderful collection by John Klein. This has 2 albums on it. And again, another unique one that I had never heard before and was bowled over. And I remember playing this probably 3 or 4 times in a row and loving every moment of it. Quite different. Like I said before, a lot of these artists, conductors, instrumentalists, they approach Christmas music very differently, as that same Christmas feeling. And I think that's really important. As long as it has the feeling, then they can do what they want with the music. And here is an album by Sammy Kaye. This is one that I'd never heard before until I got this, but it's wonderful. Everybody loves Percy Faith, and there is 2 albums in this set here. Thing about it is I think that Real Gone Music had one more Percy Faith release. I could be wrong there, but I don't have it, so I need to get that in my collection. Now, everybody loves Frank Duvall. Frank Duvall wrote some great TV themes back in the 60s, and then he was Happy Klein on America Tonight, also known as Fernwood Tonight. Now, here he is with the Rainbow Strings, and this is a very unique collection because it's 12 tracks, but every track is a medley of 2 songs, so you're actually getting 24 holiday classics on this in 12 different medleys. So it's really, really unique and really, really nice listen. Here's the Robert Shaw Choral. And there's actually another Robert Shaw Choral that I do not own that I will eventually get. And this one has bonus tracks. Here's one that is wonderful inside and out. This is Doris Day. What a beautiful smile that is. Holy moly. And this is the complete Christmas collection. So this is all Doris's Christmas recordings on one CD. And it's wonderful. I mean, we all love America's Sweetheart, Girl Next Door, Doris Day. And here is Andre Kostelanetz. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I tried to right there. But, I used to have 2 of these 3 albums. And but this is an absolutely wonderful collection. 2 CDs, contains a lot of great classic Christmas music, straight to the heart. Now, speaking of straight to the heart, this may not hit a lot of people in the heart, but you know what? He tried. Jim Nabors. This is the complete Christmas recordings by Jim Nabors, and very unique character. And I will not say anything bad about Jim Nabors' recordings because they're such a charm to them, and I really do enjoy owning that CD. Here is Ed Ames featuring 2 albums in one set, and Ed Ames, of course, from the Ames brothers, and he recently left this planet, and I hope he's spending Christmas with the rest of his brothers. Here is a great 2 CD set by Leroy Anderson, jam-packed full of great. Look at that. Everyone's got to have that just for the kitten, right? And of course, Leroy Anderson is best known for his instrumental version of Sleigh Ride that we all know and love. It just, with the horse whips and all that stuff. Here is Chet Atkins, and this is a collection of all this great, wonderful music by Chet Atkins. Holiday and Chet Atkins, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. And here is Stanley Black. This is a romantic Christmas album. I'd never heard this until I bought this CD, and it is wonderful. And, get together with family members or maybe that certain special someone you love or at least like a whole lot, and enjoy that. It's really fantastic. Here is Jim Reeves, and this is a classic Christmas album, and this contains a couple bonus tracks. Definitely check that out. Look at Santa must have gave him something really good because he's got a big old smile on his face. Now, you may not have wanted to spend Christmas with Patty Hearst, but I'm sure at least one year you wanted to spend Christmas with Patty Page, and that's a great collection there. I've never owned any of the Patty Page stuff until I got the CD, and it is absolutely wonderful. The Norman Leboff Choir, even the choir leaders, like I said, just like the conductors and instrumentalists, they had their own little unique take on Christmas, and it's always so special. Eddie Arnold, and this contains loads of Christmas tunes by Eddie Arnold. And then finally, Season's Greetings from the McGuire Sisters. And again, I didn't hear any of this stuff until I bought this Real Gone CD. They put so much love and joy into these things. They sound great. The liner notes, the information, the packaging, it's superb. But now we're going to get into my absolute favorite Real Gone music releases. Every one of these is so worth your time. If you stumble across them, if you go online, order them. They're just incredible. Real Gone Music is a label, quality, everything. These are the ones that float my sleigh, man, I'll tell you. Get the Ventures Christmas album. Now, this is the Real Gone Music one. It has the mono and stereo version of the album. Fantastic. Sounds wonderful either way. Now, I love crooners as well. I love easy listening crooners. Perry Como is one of the classic ones. This is a 3 CD set containing all of his Christmas recordings. When you hear his voice coming out of the radio during the holiday season, it's, there's Perry. But why wait for it to come out on radio? Get the Real Gone Music Christmas compilation, and it's just incredible. Speaking of incredible crooners during Christmas time, it's Johnny Mathis. 5 Christmas albums on 3 CDs. Those are the 5 classic Johnny Mathis Christmas albums on 3 CDs. Can you believe that? Ho, ho, ho. That's ho for every CD. Ho, ho, ho. Incredible, because he's a great vocalist. Very, very emotive, expressive. He has a brand new Christmas album, by the way, that just came out on Real Gone Music. The vinyl is autographed. There's a limited edition, so you need to go to the website and order the brand new Johnny Mathis Christmas album autographed. I don't know if there's any more in stock, but if there is, get it, because he is a legend. Man, anything that Johnny Mathis touched is just pure gold, pure gold. Now, let's get into, oh my God, this is when we're getting right down to my absolute, hello, Santa Claus is jumping around in my heart right now. This is Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet, That Holiday Feeling. Wonderful. My mom used to play this a lot. This has them singing together. It has them taking on some songs solo. And this version on Real Gone Music, it contains bonus tracks that were available on other releases that they both performed on. Really, really wonderful. Sounds incredible. Great packaging, booklet, liner notes, everything. Now we're getting into my favorite crooner of all time, Andy Williams. This is the complete Columbia Christmas recordings and jam-packed. This, of course, has the most wonderful time of the year, happy holidays, it's the holiday season. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I can't say enough about Andy Williams. Well, I could say a little bit more about Andy Williams because he is on the Williams Brothers Christmas. This I actually prefer over any Andy Williams solo recordings because it's so unique. It's Andy and his 3 brothers. And the way that they harmonize together, and they have their own unique arrangements of a lot of these songs. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas on this is my favorite version of that song. The Williams Brothers. Incredible. I think this came out in like 72 or something. Oh, when my mom got this, I remember taking it in my room and just listening to it over and over again. It's really wonderful. The Williams Brothers Christmas album. Now we're getting into my top 3 favorite Christmas releases on Real Gone Music of all time. We are talking about the Ray Conniff. This is the complete Columbia Christmas recordings. This has, 3 albums and some other odds and ends. We grew up listening to those Ray Conniff albums, and incredible. In fact, one of my absolute favorite Christmas songs of all time is called Count Your Blessings, which is on this, and incredible. It brings tears to my eyes when I hear it because I remember my mom listening to all this great, wonderful Christmas music while she'd be decorating the house and we were little kids, or maybe we were just lazy teenagers, but still loving the music. It was just absolutely stellar. So now, here it is, my second favorite Christmas album of all time. Yeah, you guessed it, The New Christy Minstrels. The first one from 63, I think, the year of my birth, actually. So This actually contains both their Christmas albums. Their first Christmas album was mostly like, folk type originals and stuff, not a lot of Christmas classics. Their second Christmas album was more Christmas classics. But really, that first album reminds me of so many Christmases with my family, whom I love dearly. Everyone from my siblings and my mom and dad, my daughter, just so many great, wonderful people in my life. And speaking of great, wonderful people in my life, let's talk about my dad and my brother. They both accompanied me in 1970 to see this next gentleman in concert, who just so happened a few years before recorded and released my favorite Christmas album of all time. I'm talking about Glen Campbell. If you love the sound of Glen Campbell for with Wichita Lineman and Galveston and stuff like that, that's what this sounds like. Even though they put him in a Elvis jumpsuit on the back, I don't know why Real Gone Music is so perfect, and they use this silly picture on the back. But gosh, this is so amazing, so absolutely amazing, because he released a Christmas album in '68. I think it's called This Christmas Feeling or something. God, I can't remember. It's my favorite Christmas album, but I'm so used to this now. Really, absolutely, truly a joy to listen to that Christmas album and to hear that in context with some other songs that I had not heard until this CD came out. It was incredible. And it is truly, in my opinion, the best Christmas album in the world. It's not all Christmas standards that you're going to be familiar with, but you can just hear his love and passion for the music and for the holiday season. And for that, I am ever grateful for this Glen. I'm ever grateful for Real Gone Music for releasing so many great titles. I recommend you go check them out right now. Go to realgonemusic.com or go anywhere. Just start searching the used bins. If it says Real Gone Music on it, pull it out and buy it. I guarantee you're just going to adore it just as much as I do. The holiday season is upon us. We need to spread this musical love and bring that holiday spirit back. We all need it in such trying times. And I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, to ring that bell for future notifications. And until the next time, remember me. I'm Steve SCHNEE, the Christmas CD Junkie.